Drift through the fire, break the fire, chasing something true, caught in a bind. Maybe maybe undo. 'Cause when every chord felt death, and the silence could be better, every motion.
Hello and welcome back, I'm Sean, and today we're checking out a smartwatch from Awei, and Awei is known for making budget peripheral devices such as earbuds, so this time I'm surprised with what they have released. So let's check it out. So first of all, what I really like about this watch is definitely the display that you get with this watch, and you're getting an awesome large AMOLED display over here with good resolution as well. So looking at the visuals here, actually downloading some watch faces, it looks really good over here. And I also like the fact that you get a comprehensive set of sensors including PPG heart rate sensor, your SpO2 sensor, and with this watch you also get a blood pressure monitor. And I also like the fact that it comes with IP68 dust and water resistance, so you can use this watch in your day-to-day without worrying about damaging it. Also, the entire body is made of a zinc alloy material, so it feels a lot more premium compared to plastic watches, but the underside of the watch is still made of plastic. So another feature that is really good here is that you can use this watch for Bluetooth calling and also using the speaker on the watch as a Bluetooth media speaker. Although sound quality is not the best, it's still a good option to have. And I also like that there is an always on feature, and you do get some cool looking watch faces that also saves on battery life, which is really cool. Also, right out of the box, Awei gives you two straps, a magnet strap as well as a traditional buckle one, so you have everything good to go out of the box. So there are several things that makes this watch experience not as ideal, and first of all, at this price point I really wish that there is an ambient sensor so that the screen brightness can be automatically dimmed in dark environments. Now you either have to lower brightness manually, which is very troublesome, or go into do not disturb mode, which is annoying, else any wrist action that you have while you're sleeping is going to turn on the screen, and that's going to annoy you and your partner. Secondly, about the do not disturb mode, there isn't any automatic detection or sleep mode to set, so every night you need to turn on DND for it to turn off notification. But do note that if you turn on the wrist raise option, again any movement you make even in do not disturb mode will wake the watch up. So thirdly, I think the alarm sound on this watch is really low quality and cheap sounding. Like Steve Jobs says, software and hardware needs to be in unison, but here with the generic watch OS and even the generic watch alarm sound we see on many of these budget smartwatches really kind of drags down the user experience. And I'm gonna say it because considering the price that you're paying, the charging cable that you get with this watch is really disappointing. It's again a generic watch charger that magnetically sits on the back of your watch, and the whole experience just doesn't feel very nice. Something in the watch face that I really dislike in all of this generic watch OS is that you only get to store up to 7 watch faces, 6 predefined ones and 1 downloadable one. So meaning every time you want a new watch face, it replaces the only one customizable one, and the other 6 predefined ones will always be there even if you don't like it. Also, for the price that you're paying, there isn't any onboard GPS for you to track your workout, which is really disappointing. Finally, under the sports selection, there isn't popular sports such as pickleball. There isn't any cycling sports that you can start on the watch itself. You need to start that in the app. And for an IP68 watch, there isn't any swimming sports as well, which is very limiting. So I was a little bit shocked with the price that Awei is charging for this watch, because it comes with a price tag of $140 US or around 600 Malaysia ringgit, which if you look at their website, it's slashed from $169 US or around 730 Malaysia ringgit. And with that price, it's almost 1.5 times the price of the Huawei Watch Fit 3, or you can also buy 2 Samsung Galaxy Fit 3. It does almost everything that Awei does except for blood pressure monitoring, so really something to think about. And if you find value in what you hear and like what you see, do subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so the YouTube algorithm can pick this up. And if you want to buy this watch, do check out my links below. So let's talk about the battery life you get with this watch. So battery life is also something really good with this watch, and Awei rates it to be around 7 to 10 days of battery life. And with normal use, I would say you should get a good 7 to 8 days of use. An average battery drain per day is around 10 to 15% even with you tracking your workout. So design wise, this watch is really simple. simple with a circular bezel design, and the color that I have here is actually the brown color, but you can also get this in black, gray or blue. So the watch comes with a full metal body, so everything from the front as well as the frame of the watch is made of metal, and it's actually cold to the touch when you leave it in an aircon room. And the bottom of the watch is made of a plastic material, which is also a good thing, I think, because in cold weather, especially, the cold surface does not touch your skin, so that's well, probably a good point with that. And at the front here, you're going to get a gorgeous 1.43-inch AMOLED display. Color is vibrant. You get sharp resolutions here at 466 by 466 resolution, and it's actually really sharp, and with some watch faces that you choose, it's really high resolution and gorgeous. So at the side of the watch, you're going to get a button as well as a dial, and this is actually a twist dial to navigate around the watch, and with that you can also cycle through the different watch faces that you have. So pressing the button helps you go back one screen. So if you're in any menu, if you press this, it'll go back to the main screen, and when you press it again, it'll turn off the screen. And the second button right at the bottom here, you can also go into your sports selector. So the watch strap that Awei provides is pretty cool, and this one that we have here is actually a magnetic strap, so you can just see that it actually magnetically holds itself. So I think this is very convenient, and I really want to change this strap for all my watches because it's really easy for me to use. And if you look at the back here, you also get your standard quick release strap at the back, so you can switch this to something that you like. So the watch interface here is very simple to use, and at the home page here, press and hold on the home screen and you get to go into your watch face selector. So just press, and you can actually select through all the different watch faces that you have. And if you don't want to do that, you can just turn the dial here and it will just change your watch faces. So from the home screen, if you swipe down from the top, this brings you to your command center, and this is also where you can adjust the different settings in your watch. And from the home page here, if you swipe from the bottom, you get into your notification center. So this is where you see all your notifications, and here you don't get to view images in this case, so it will only appear as a box. So from the home page, you can also swipe right to cycle through all the different widgets that you have. And here you can actually track all your health information as well. And from the home page, if you swipe from the left hand side, you will get into like a quick menu, and inside here you have all your recently accessed items, which is very convenient. If you swipe one more time, it will bring you into your full menu here, so you can actually move around and select the stuff that you have. So the overall UI is actually very smooth and quite fast, so that's one good thing about this watch. So with this watch, you use the Awei Fit app to track your health information, and once you sync your information, it all gets stored inside the app. So under the first tab, you see your health information, and clicking into any of it, such as your sleep tracking, will open up and show you more information, for example, about your sleep. So the second tab is your workout selector, and this is where Awei wins the competition, and in my opinion, this is a really good feature, and you get a whole bunch of free training workout videos to follow along. I've not seen other smartwatches integrating a free service like that, so this offering is pretty awesome. So to start a GPS run, walk or cycling, you need to go into the next tab on the workouts page to begin your workouts and to use your phone's GPS to track your location. And the third tab is where you get to set up your watch, including all different settings as well as changing the watch faces. So that's pretty much all the features you get in the app. Alright, so in terms of accuracy, this watch is decently accurate when compared to other smartwatches, and I think for most common workouts, at least those that are very commonly gathering data for Awei to train. So at least for running, walking, these are pretty accurate most of the time, hovering around the same heart rate as more expensive counterparts. So actually at this price point, where this watch lacks is the GPS tracking. Since there isn't any onboard GPS, any GPS tracking means you need to be tracking it with your phone, and in that case it doesn't count since the accuracy doesn't come from the watch itself but from your phone. So heart rate during weightliftings is sometimes hit or miss, and I do see some variation when I'm working out, and I know how my heart rate actually feels like, and sometimes the watch detects it to be lower and sometimes it detects it to be higher. So that's something to take note of if you're looking for a watch for weightliftings. So what do you think about this watch? Is the features such as AMOLED display, free workout classes to use in the app itself, and also blood pressure monitoring a good justification for you to pay this price that Awei is asking for? So I'm really curious to find out what you think. And also, if you want to check out another watch with a lot of tough features, then you need to check out the key select actor right over here. Or if you want to check out another video on my channel, do click right over here, and I'll see you over at those videos.